So when people try to lose weight, they end up usually making a lot of mistakes. But on today's video, I'm going to highlight three huge mistakes that you're likely making if you're trying to lose weight. And if you just watch this video and you apply what I'm teaching today, you will effectively help yourself by not making these mistakes going forward. And if you're watching me on live right now, just type live down in the comments below. Or if you're watching this video at a later time on the replay, just type replay down below so I know when you saw this video and when you got this information. And let me know down below. Just say, what's up, Alex, if you can actually hear me and see me. And let me know if this mic is actually working because it's a little technical difficulties. But the first things first is the first biggest mistake I see people make is they get into a weight loss mood. They want to lose weight and they want to lose as much weight as possible as quickly as possible, which is a good idea at first on a very surface level. But here's the reality about losing as much weight as possible as quickly as possible. The first thing is if you lose a whole bunch of weight as quickly as possible, you're likely overly restricting yourself from eating the food that you should be eating because you try to eat as little as possible and you try to do as much as possible physically and you end up losing a whole bunch of weight, but that is not sustainable. You're going to end up just going back to your old ways because you'll figure out real quick that that's what you're doing is not sustainable right now. So you don't want to do too much. You don't want to overly restrict yourself. You want to eat as much as possible and do as least as possible so you can still lose weight because you want to have that leverage. You want to improve things later on. But if you're already eating as little as possible, moving or exercising as much as possible, you can't really adjust that anymore because you're already so far in each direction that you can't change anything as much. The second reason why is because if you lose 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 pounds in a single week, you experience like an instant gratification. You think that, oh, wow, this is amazing. Yeah, I overly restricted myself, but I lost this much weight. So I'm going to keep this going and try to hit this amount of weight loss the following week. The reality of that is you will not hit that amount of weight loss the following week because it's not sustainable. And this instant gratification, this instant feeling of I want to keep doing this, I want to get that huge high, that feeling of losing a lot of weight in a very short period of time will quickly dissipate because it's not sustainable. And you're always better off shooting for a couple of pounds of weight loss per week, maybe a pound or so, but not just the weight loss, seeing how your clothes are fitting, your photos, your body measurements, all of these things. And you have to look at this from a long-term perspective, not a very short-term compressed point of view, because if you're doing too much at the beginning, it's not going to be sustainable. You're going to end up failing. Whereas if you were to do as little as possible and eat as much as possible from the beginning and still lose weight, you'll find that you don't burn out as much. You don't fail nearly as much, if at all. And it's just a lot more sustainable, in the grand scheme of things. And if you've currently, maybe before, experienced this before yourself, just type me down below so I know that I'm not the only person that has went through this before, my own journey. And my clients go through the same exact thing until we actually restructure their way of thinking and show them that it's actually easier than you think it is if you just take a step back and you stop doing so much. I understand you want to lose a lot of weight quickly and easily, but if you lose a whole bunch of weight in the beginning, like a huge amount, it's not going to be sustainable. So it's better to understand that from day one than to fail and spin your wheels, and just be in the same yo-yo cycle for years and years and years. The second thing is, this is highly important. I see this realistically all the time, and I went through this myself before. And the second mistake that you're probably making is you try to make up for eating something that you don't feel like you're supposed to by doing more. I'll give you an example. Let's say Sally, let's say she has a Snickers bar, and for some reason, somebody told her that that Snickers bar is bad. Her mentality may be, all right, this is bad, but what I can do is I can make up for this Snickers bar, which is like, I don't know, 200, 300 calories, by doing an extra workout, burning 300 calories extra in the gym. It sounds like it's the right thing to do on the very surface level, but what this actually does is it creates the vicious cycle of guilt, right? You feel guilty for eating a bad food. It doesn't create a healthy food relationship. Whereas you should just be eating food that fits your caloric requirements and just work out or train how you have been, because you do yourself no favor by making up for eating extra calories or bad food by doing more. And if you do this, you will never be in a very healthy mindset with food. I went through this exact same thing myself before. I used to have a couple of fries or a burger, and I felt like, well, this is not chicken and broccoli. Let me go and do a 600 calorie workout, or let me go walk for an extra 2 hours to make up for eating this. This is going to burn you out quickly. It will make you feel defeated. It will make you feel guilty about the food you're eating. And it's not going to do you any good, because there's no good or bad food. It's just, if unless it's spoiled or rotten, then you should likely throw it out. But there's no good or bad food. It's all about calories and the energy that that food gives you. But if you get into the mindset of eating something bad, a Twix, a Snickers, some Reese's Pieces, a couple of fries, and then you tell yourself, well, I can have this because I'm going to burn it off later. You do not want to get into that mindset. Just eat in accordance to your calories. Work out how you have been working out if you're currently working out or doing cardio, and just get back on track the next day. That is a healthy mindset. What's not a healthy mindset is eating extra 600 calories of potato chips and then telling yourself, I'm going to go burn that out by doing a second workout today, by going for a run instead of going for a walk to burn more calories. You do not want to be in that mindset. If you currently are in that mindset, or if you have experienced before yourself, type me down below so I know this actually relates to you. But the last thing is the biggest marketing scam, the biggest, it just preys on people, and that's the detoxes and the cleanses. First of all, let me just say that your kidneys, your lungs, your skin, your organs, your everything, your organs do all the detoxing that you need your body to do. Unless you have health issues, like real health and medical issues, then that's a whole different story. But for 99% of us, probably more, your organs do all the detoxing and cleansing your body needs, period. But what happens actually in a detox or a cleanse? So let's say you buy into the whole BS of marketing, lose 20 pounds in 30 seconds. You buy into it. What it actually is, it's a caloric restriction made by either you drinking nothing but juices that have almost no calories, or by you going to the bathroom more than usual because it just, your body relieves of the things inside your stomach. So that's why you're actually losing weight. But losing weight isn't losing fat. On top of that, let's say you lose hypothetically 10, 15, 20 pounds by doing a detox. That detox is not sustainable. You are not going to be doing detoxes for the next 2 years of your life, probably for the next 2 weeks. It's not sustainable. You'll be likely deficient in nutrients. You're going to feel like crap, and you're going to feel like you're a failure once you put the weight back on, and you will put the weight back on once you stop the detox. You'll feel like a failure. You feel like it's not working for you, and you're going to just jump onto a different detox or a different magic solution. So just eliminate that happening by not even doing these things. If you like green smoothies, juices, do that as an addition to eating properly. But don't rely on a detox or cleanse, any kind of pills. That stuff is just complete nonsense. It's complete garbage. And if you want to take that stuff as an addition to, like as a supplement to what you're doing, fine, do that. But do not rely on that as your only source of weight loss, because you're going to put the weight back on, almost guaranteed. Probably 99% plus people put the weight back on once they stop doing these scams, and then they feel frustrated and they go jump onto a whole different thing that they feel might work. Don't do this. Eat real food, understand nutrition, understand what and how much you should be eating, and that's actually going to help you to lose weight consistently and keep it off. But if you're relying on these detoxes, cleanses, pills, you're just setting yourself up for failure, because you're not going to be doing these things for years on end. But you want to lose weight and keep it off for years down the line. But the way to not do that is by doing these crazy things. So if you actually want to lose weight and keep it off, doing it the right way, no supplements, no cleanses, no BS like that, just type coach me down below, shoot me a message, say coach me, I'll reach out to you, and I will actually reach out to you, but it might take me some time, and I'll see what that will actually look like for you. And I appreciate you tuning into this video. I'll see you next time.